1 Chelsea fan versus 5 Premier League fans. The person on the podium, if they receive 3 red cards, they are gone. This is Goal FanZone 1v5.
Chelsea 04-05 is clearly better than the Invincibles and the Centurions. Let's keep it frank, no Lampard.
Absolutely not. You guys can say you lost only, one game, conceded 15 goals. But at the end of the day, you lost, right? Invincibles means we didn't lose at all. It means that doesn't matter how many goals you conceded, no one collected a dub at Arsenal.
We knocked you out of the Champions League that season and out of the Cup. That was your Invincible season. As well as that, the 04-05 season, we broke the record for most points in a season, most clean sheets in a season, most least goals conceded in a season, and as well as that, like, I know a couple records are gone, but we held on to that 15 goals. That can never be beaten. We was also the youngest team in the league, the youngest champions ever, and we actually revolutionized Premier League football. You lot was all playing in the 4-4-2. All you guys knew back then was hoofball. It was kicking it long and inshallah.
That makes no sense. If you're saying that Arsenal were hoofing it long, you clearly, for some reason, don't remember Thierry Henry marauding through the midfield. You don't remember Robert Perez on the wing, Ljungberg on the wing, making magic. I can understand. Cool. Most clean sheets, fewest conceded, but you still lost, right? At the end of the day, we both won league titles. Yours is silver, ours is gold. Do you get it? So there's levels.
The points you're making is cute. Generally, it's cute because I know this is like the last league title you guys have won, so you're holding on to it dearly. How long ago was that? 21 years ago. This is madness. George Bush era trophies. I feel sorry for you. We brought in a European champion in Jose Mourinho who came in. Alongside him was Ricardo Carvalho. With the Galactico Makelele, we had a 4-3-3. Nobody was playing the 4-3-3. Nobody was playing out of the back. You want to reference your star boys in Henry and Perez and that's cute, bro. We was rising Iron Robbins. You know, Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba. Didier Drogba was a UEFA Cup winner when you come in. See, these are European trophies, so I understand you don't know nothing about it. It's cute though. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's levels here. There's levels here when you talk about the 04-05 Chelsea team.
If you want to start with this cup, I can draw up Wikipedia, I can drop the history, we can go back to that. Listen, there's no need for that. We didn't need to bring in Galacticos, we made Galacticos, yeah? Thierry Henry, one of the best in the world. Dennis Bergkamp, Sol Campbell, one of the best defenders, English defenders in history, yeah? Our record is longer than yours. You say no one has touched that 15 goals conceded, no one has gone invincible. They tried it and it didn't happen. Do you get it? So when it comes to Arsenal and that record, no one's touching it. And even if we're talking about Man City, the Centurions, how many points did you guys get in that season?
I think we got 95.
It wasn't 100 though, was it?
No, that's
what trophy did you leave with? A silver Premier League. It wasn't gold, was it?
But this fair enough, but you had 12 draws. You got knocked out of the Cup by Chelsea and you got knocked out of the Champions League by Chelsea. So really, and then a year later, we only lost 1 game to a penalty that weren't a penalty, but we don't do PGMO. That's you guys who cry about red cards.
Hey, Miz, I've got a question.
Go on.
Miz, do you think there's any other team that will break Chelsea's record of 15 goals conceded?
100%.
What team is that?
The one with the cannon on my chest right now. Sorry, but right now, it's looking like that record, we're going to snatch it. That means we're going to have your least goals conceded record and we're going to have the invincible record. 2 of your chains snatched.
It's looking like everybody has voted you off, Miz. We have received 4 red cards for Miz and he has been sent off. Replacing Miz, we have got Ed. Play on.
What is your point of watching football? What do you watch football for?
To win trophies. I'm Chelsea. You wouldn't know nothing about that though. Obviously.
Well, European champions. So European champions, how have you know? It's a disgrace.
Ed has received 4 red cards. He is gone. After that diabolical performance by Ed, let us know in the comments who you think won.
Eden Hazard, out of just pure talent, is the best winger to ever grace the Premier League.
Cool, there's a lot of great wingers. Semenyo's tech, Doku off Ability alone, Hatem Ben Arfa, like, there's techie wingers about. So of pure talent, I'm gonna have to look through the archives. If it's Zaha, Balassi, or Morris, it depends how far back we're going. But if we're going off accolades, I think there's only one person. I think it has to be Mo Salah. If we're going off goals, if we're going off assists, he's got the trophies. He's got the PFA Player of the Teams. He's got the top Golden Boot. He's got the Assist Playmaker Award. I just don't know what Hazard has that Salah personally doesn't have. He came into a struggling Liverpool team. He took us to heights and levels that transformed the Klopp period, the era. I remember primary school, secondary school days, I was getting bantered. I was coming in Arsenal, Chelsea, United, whacking us. But Salah has transformed my life, Liverpool's life, and you see what he's still doing at that age. I saw, actually this week, Hazard got inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame.
Yes, he should.
I thought that's crazy, bro. Like, weren't him and Salah playing in the Prem at the same? How old is Hazard actually? Because I thought you have to be a non-current player to be in that. But then they remembered Hazard's been retired like 2-3 years already, and as you can see, Salah's still doing his thing at the highest level. So if we're going off completing accolades, I think there's only one, and it's Egyptian King.
Well, firstly, obviously you don't know nothing about tech because you brought Salah in this discussion. and you're mentioning people like Doku when we're talking about Eden Hazard. Let's have some respect. We named Stamford Bridge the Garden of Eden after Hazard. This is somebody who at his time in the Premier League completed 1,000 dribbles. Nobody done that. Most fouled player in Europe. That just shows 1v1 he was untouchable. He won 2 Premier League titles. I want to remind you that Mo Salah's first Premier League title was off the back of Hazard carrying him. He was sitting on our bench. He couldn't even get no minutes for us because Hazard ran the show. You said Playmaker Award. Hazard's got that. He came in his second season and he won Young Player of the Year. The year after he won PFA Player of the Year and a title. You talk about big games. He was deciding title races, but in games he weren't even in teams he weren't even a part of. Spurs' title race, we ended that.
We don't need any more of this, right? We're done. I'm not sitting in the hot seat anymore. Leave me out of this. Leave me out of this.
We saw Hazard already. There was nobody in the Premier League that was talking to Hazard in the 8 years he was here with us. Hazard's got 2 league titles. So the thing you have above him is golden boots, fair enough, but you need to remember as well, Hazard was leading the league in chance creation and goals and assists while he was playing under defensive managers.
You know, I think what you said was cute, like the Garden of Eden, but Hazard can spend all his time in Eden Lounge right now because he ain't got to play no ball. So that's really nice. Secondly, a lot what you said was Playmaker Award, PFA Player Award. Add an S onto Salah's name. Salah's got same amount of golden boots as Henry, multiple Playmaker Awards. I know you spoke about Europe, and obviously there's a few fans here that don't really want us talking about Europe, but I'm just gonna pay attention to who I'm talking about because
everybody's catching strays.
With all due respect, I'm not saying Hazard can't win at the big games, but I know one player, Mo Salah, scored in the Champions League final against. Anyway, so I'm just saying, you talk about being fouled and chances created. Again, there's nothing off Hazard's back, and I think he's up there. I think maybe arguably top 2. He's hating. I think arguably top 2. But you see Salah's first touch, taking out this guy, plucking out of air, 1-on-1. Salah is a ridiculous footballer, and I think it gets clouded because these men are silky. But you had the silk, you had the tech, you had the pivotal moments and the awards. I just don't see how Hazard can fess up.
You're talking about Salah and first touch. You lost me there, bro. He plays like there's cement in his boots, bro. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
It's silverware. Silverware. It's hardware in the boots.
You're talking about silverware. Everything that Salah's won, Hazard has won too, though. So what really stands out there? You're talking about Europe. Like Hazard ain't got a Champions League with Real Madrid. Like we're talking about Premier League.
Real Madrid.
He won the Champions League. He won the Champions League.
So then give me Salah's Premier League at Chelsea, because that's how pivotal Hazard was to that Real Madrid team.
You're saying it as if he ain't won. I'm saying everything that Salah has won, Hazard has won too.
Anyone in the world, you want someone who's going to score goals. You just want someone who's going to outscore the likes of Erling Haaland, Alexander Isak at the top of their game. Salah's doing that post 30, and we know what Hazard was looking like post 30.
Hazard or Salah? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
Chelsea have the best youth academy in England. I don't even think it's even close.
I think that's crazy considering, first of all, your club was established in 2006. You guys became relevant back then. We have a thing called Class of 92, if you're familiar with that, by the way. Most of them who are which Champions League winners, most of them are which are known worldwide for how important they are for Manchester United. And along the years, the amount of players that have come through our academy and become so important. Paul Scholes, greatest English midfielder of all time. Who's come through your academy? Your greatest English Premier League midfielder, did he come through your academy?
Bro, we brought in John Terry, who come through our academy. Captain, leader, legend. He's won it all at the club. You look at the players that have come through our academy through to today. We've got a Newcastle fan next to us. You know, you appreciate Livramento. We've got a Liverpool fan next to us. I know you was gassed when Rio Nagomoro scored that goal. Like, Arsenal, you take our sloppy seconds. You can't really take our academy, but there's levels here. Even you. We had Mason Mount. You spent 60 million on him on his last year on his contract because you saw what he done in the Champions League. So the thing that our academy, Cobham, has produced is crazy works. Like, you know the levels, even the Lewis Halls. Thank you. No problem. That's how we do good business here. Pure Profit FC. From the likes of Jamal Musiala and Michael Elise, who are the best in their position right now in the world. What can you really talk to us about when it comes to Cobham? I'm really confused.
And first of all, when all these players are coming through your academy, they're barely spending any time with you lot. They end up going away and finding and establishing themselves elsewhere because no one remembers Elise at Chelsea. Lewis Hall, you got a red card out of him because of Lewis Hall. When was the last time Lewis Hall played football? I'm here talking about Marcus Rashford, MBE. I'm here talking about Nicky Bott, Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, all these players, and you're coming out with Lewis Hall.
Okay,
is that all you can come out with? I'm talking about Premier League winners, Champions League winners, and you're talking to me about Lewis Hall.
You see the thing
Are you
about
forgetting the money
days?
you spent on Garnacho as well?
Millie, who do you think is the best player to come out of your academy?
You think of John Terry, Reece James. I'm just obviously saying it out loud, and then you're laughing.
The fact that the second name that came out of your mouth is Reece James,
My captain,
when I can
right
list
now.
you about 5 players that have come out of our academy that are better than Reece James.
Right now?
We're not talking about right now.
No,
Listen,
because
I
I'm
understand
thinking
you
about
guys
the current.
became relevant in 2005, so I understand you don't go back before then. But understand, a lot of our clubs here, we were relevant before then. And if you're talking about academies, we can go back then. Reece James, second name to come out of your mouth. Paul Scholes, Nicky Butt, Ryan Giggs, Marcus Rashford. Even, all right, you want to talk about fullbacks? I'll talk to you about Alvaro Carreras, who right now is one of the best left backs in the world at Real Madrid. What academy did he come from?
Alright, bro.
Black Carrington. Reece James, the guy's barely been fit for a full season. I don't know why he's put a red card on the table. One of the right backs that played for his club was better than Reece James. All right back, Gary Neville's had a better career than Reece James. What are we talking about here? There's been many right backs better than Reece James in the Premier League.
So firstly,
Where's his Premier
this
League?
is a Champions League winner. I know it's been a long time since you've touched the Champions League. You're not even in the competition as we speak. You know, last time you won it was in 08. Like Obama was
Against
trying
who?
to run for
Against
president.
who?
Obama
Against
was trying
who?
to run for president last
Against
time you
who?
won the Champions League. And
Who
you
won
want
it?
to bring
And
that
who
to me.
slipped in that
So,
final? Your academy graduate, John
no
Terry.
Problem, no problem.
Slipped and missed the
Yeah,
penalty.
fair,
Is that
say
what
no
your
more.
academy, your greatest academy graduate, bottled it? And guess what? In the season you did win the Champions League, where was he? On the touchline wearing his full kit as if he was playing. What did he do in the semi-final? He got sent off for doing something stupid against Barcelona. That's the best player that's come out of your academy. Missed the penalty in the final, and in the other final was sat there on the bench watching Ryan Bertrand win the Champions League before him.
Also came from our academy.
That's fine.
So I
What's-
say you just
but
shot
this
himself
is
in the
John
foot.
Terry. John Terry, the
Ryan Bertrand
greatest.
made his debut in
John
the Champions
Terry,
League final from our academy. But I was
John
rudely
Terry.
interrupted there, you know. You think about the best players that have come out of our academy, like I said, we can go from John Terry to Reece James to Jamal Musiala to Michael Olise. These are players that are playing now. You're pulling that face, but he's better than Saka though in 2025. So what are we doing here though? So
If your academy lets all of these brilliant players that you keep saying go, is that really a good academy?
it actually does mean it's a good academy. If you actually look at our model, it's a pure profit business, you know. And at the
Wow.
same
So is
time,
that how you treat your young boys,
Well,
yeah?
I'm not a board
Cold.
director there. I'm just telling you the facts. And at the same time, we continuously are winning, so we're not regretting letting these players go. We won the Club World Cup with our academy product, lifting up that trophy. Right now, this season, Josh Achampong's getting good minutes, Chalobah's getting good minutes, Reece James is getting good minutes, even the likes of Reggie Walsh and stuff in the Champions League getting minutes. Yeah, you're saying who, but you will know. That's the difference. We produce these players on a yearly basis. Every year we bring out someone new, and whether they make it here or they make it elsewhere in the Premier League, they end up having good careers. Like, this is what we do. We are a club that make futures. You lot end careers. There's a difference.
For the class of 92, they've come through our academy, won trophies for Manchester United. Has Michael Olise won a trophy for Chelsea?
I just named multiple players that have won trophies for Chelsea. We had literally had Tammy Abraham, Tino Adjorin, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mason Mount, all academy players winning in the same Champions League team who played key roles in that side. Andres Christensen as well.
There's a 34-year-old striker right now in the Premier League called Danny Welbeck, who's won it all with Manchester United. And what academy did he come from? And he's still in the Premier League. Where's Tammy Abraham right now? Is he in the Premier League?
He's in
Is he
Turkey.
cooking in the Premier League?
All right. Do Chelsea have the best academy? Let us know in the comments.
Chelsea will win a league title in the next 3 years.
See, look, even he's laughing, man. Come on, say it
Does
with
he know
chest.
about league titles? Like, what are we doing this?
When's the last time you won a league title? Though?
2017.
20 what?
2017.
2017. And how are you performing now?
Well, since then, we have won a Champions League, a Europa League, a Conference League, the Club World Cup, the old Club World Cup as well, Super Cup. We are still a winning team. Winning is in our DNA.
And then since then, who's come in front of you? Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool. You guys are down there, but what's going on? You guys are more interested in just selling off players than actually winning titles.
I mean, like I said, we won one Champions League, one Europa League. This
you're
is
you're
on
a cup
par.
club, you're a cup club, great.
Yeah, no, but
again,
this
it's a
is
league.
on
It's
par.
a marathon, not a sprint.
No, 100%. But this is on par with Klopp's golden era at Liverpool. So when you talk about like these teams are way off us, I don't really understand because we're winning the same amount of trophies as them. Arsenal, for example, let's not even like, come on, bro. Bro, come on, bro.
Hey, let it all work out, man.
Bro, they haven't won a trophy since the pandemic, bro. Like, this is the thing. Like, it's,
That don't matter.
like,
we're talking about domestic league.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
these
cool.
extracurricular activities in Europe and these
you
cup tournaments.
would love
We're
to
talking
do
about the
these.
league.
I'm saying.
To be
Talking
fair,
about
the league was even longer.
Okay, so I was trying to be generous here and
Hold on,
referencing
talk about
Arsenal.
league.
Look, I was
Wait.
That is 3 red cards and 4D is off.
Yeah, I want smoke.
I was being generous when I was referencing Arsenal and mentioning the cups instead of the leagues, because you lot are a cup team as well. You haven't won a league title since 2004. I was trying to be nice to the Newcastle fans. Sorry, respect to 4D. I actually like the guy, but bro, his biggest legend, Alan Shearer, won a league title with Blackburn, not him. So we're talking about these things, and when it comes to leagues, you can't talk to Chelsea.
Cool. Where did you guys finish last season?
We finished 4th.
Where did you finish the season before that?
We finished 6th.
Where did you finish the season before that?
12th.
So 3 years in a row, you haven't even touched or even sniffed top places. How do you think you're going to win the league in 3 seasons? You spent over 2 billion. No. You spent over 2 billion in how many years? And your best players are who? What? Neto on the wings. João Pedro up front when he feels like it. You guys are confused right now. Enzo, Maresca, no one really knows what's going on over there. You guys are doing all right, but winning the league in the next 3 seasons, no way.
That is 3 red cards, and Mids is off.
He tried to scoff at Neto and João Pedro. João Pedro was on the beach on pre-season. He came and he joined us and won a trophy. That put him in the same level of trophies as Bukayo Saka, your star boy, who's been there for how long? So then when you're talking about our club, you need to have some respect. I don't even really want to do this back and forth with Arsenal because I think it's beneath me. I want to talk to European champions. So what do you have to bring to the table, my bro?
I think Mids, I want you to look at me. I love you. I love you like a brother. But you know when you spoke about Chelsea, the last 3 years, where did they come? All I heard was progression from 12th to 6th to 4th. You man have progressively stayed second. So respectfully, I feel like that kind of showed the level where you're getting. My thing is, I don't want to talk about the past. I want to talk about the future currently.
Okay.
For the next 3 years includes this season. I think you don't believe you're going to win this title this year. I even think Arsenal are probably best placed. They probably won't win it, but they're best placed because I think we will, or either City. So then it's the next 2 years I'm looking at. Pep don't go multiple years without a trophy. That means if he's not due this year, he's due the next year. That's one other team that you're going to have to get past. And then you look at us. Last year we won the Prem. This year we spent a lot. Isak, Wirtz, Kirkes. We've bought a lot of players in. Mamardashvili, we bought a lot of players in. Frimpong at right back. We've bought a lot of players in. And this is really, I feel, our transition period. I think the next few years, you're going to see the best of Liverpool. When Salah naturally phases out and we got the Isak and the Ekitike with Wirtz at the point. And we got a new kind of Liverpool 2.0. The Chelsea 2.0, I don't even know what that looks like. You might have spent, what, 2-3 billion? The number, I don't really care about the number. But for me, you lot ain't showing...
Bro. It was 5 billion.
Even better.
It wasn't, but let's keep inflating the numbers.
You see, injury away, a Delap injury away from João Pedro, who before the week, he hadn't had a shot on target in how, like 20 games, bro. I don't even want to talk about your defensive line. We saw Chalobah, we saw Tosin against Sunderland last week, bro. Their man had, it was like COVID rules. They need to stay 5 centimeters away. They didn't want to touch and press. I just don't see how, with the team, with your forwards options, your backline, that you're going to beat the Arsenals, the Liverpools, the Cities over here that I think have a better squad depth and even a philosophy than you, man.
I think we're actually on pace. Like we're 1 point away from you in the league. You're talking down on us a lot. You mentioned Chalobah. Chalobah has more goals in the league combined than Wirtz and Isak. That's 260 million that you lot have spent. You tried to copy our model of spending money and you've actually worsened as a side. No signing that you've brought in this season has actually made you look better. Frimpong is meaty. Ekitike is top. I'll give him his flowers. I call him Ekiteki. He can move.
No,
I won't lie. But Frimpong is meaty. Kirkes is meaty. Wirtz is horrible. I genuinely do believe that. I don't see nothing that Wirtz can do that Cole Palmer, for example, can't.
Availability.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Cole Palmer played.
And he's still got more goals and assists in the league than him.
Available.
Palmer's played 3 games this season and he's got more goals than him in the league.
But you talk about our signings. What about your signings? The people you've bought in.
João Pedro came and he won a trophy for us immediately.
Since the Club World Cup,
Champions of the world.
We're still a point above you and we lost 4 on a bounce. So if we lost 4 on a bounce and we're above you, how have you lot played this year?
Our spine is literally a young team from the likes of Colwell, who's for the future. The likes of Fofana, Esteval is for the future. Cole Palmer's for the future. Caicedo just turned 24 yesterday. Someone that we stole from you. Lavia, born in 2004. This is for the future too. So when these players, I want to remind you that we finished outside of the top 4 when we actually brought in Lavia and Caicedo. So the fact that these players actually came in and chose Chelsea over you lot shows your project isn't really for the future and actually doesn't attract these players. I think in the next 3 years, we are going to be a powerhouse and probably be the best team in England by far.
Damn, that is 4 red cards. Will Chelsea win the Premier League in the next 3 years? Let us know in the comments.
Prime Didier Drogba could start for any Premier League team in history. Factos.
Listen, as someone that truly does admire Didier Drogba, the fact that you believe he starts for any Premier League team in history, considering the fact the greatest Premier League player ever, Wayne Rooney, plays for my football club at the number 9, Didier Drogba would have been holding bench for Chicharito and Danny Welbeck. There is absolutely no chance Didier Drogba will be starting ahead of Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney, the most accomplished striker in Premier League history. Tell me, is Didier Drogba more accomplished?
That is 4 red cards. So Wayne Rooney will not come close to Drogba.
Bro.
No, that is 4 red cards, and Wayne Rooney and yourself is both sent off.
Harry Kane, okay, should we compare some stats?
Here we go, go on.
Give me 1 second.
Oh my gosh.
Chat GPT Ed.
Okay.
Chat
Bro got the
GPT
stats.
Ed.
Here we go.
Okay, let's talk stats, okay? Harry Kane played 200, I think about 300 games in the Premier League, and he got 213 goals, I believe. Drogba, I mean, do you know any Drogba stats?
Yeah, roughly like around 100 goals. But
Yeah,
I know
100 goals.
I know stats. I know that he got 4 Premier League titles. So
See,
when you,
this
you
is what we
mentioned
do.
all
This is
of
what we
these
have to do
goals.
when people argue about Tottenham.
No,
They always
it's-
want to
it's
bring in
just-
the trophies.
You mentioned all
which
of
is
these
great.
goals from Harry Kane, which is cute and all, but can you
Yeah.
name the most important goal he scored for you lot
He
in the
never
league?
scored a goal that won us a trophy, no.
No, I want to know
didn't.
the most important goal he scored for you guys in the league.
Well, hold up. He don't need to mention that because that is 4
Why
red
am I
cards.
here? Why am I here? What is the point of me being here? This is crazy. This is crazy. I
don't
can't even get a
understand this.
sentence out.
Ed has received 4 red cards, and just like Kane when he left Tottenham, Ed will be leaving now.
Who are you going to bring to the table now? Isak? Shearer? I don't know. What's going on?
You got options like NSG. Let's start with Sir Alan Shearer, man. Come on, Sir Alan, the guy that scored the most goals in the Premier League. Come on, what we doing here?
Once again,
What we doing here? Like,
look,
come on.
look, once again, I don't understand why you guys are rising these guys that. Can you tell me at least do better than the Spurs guy? Could you tell me the most important goal that Shearer scored for you guys in the Premier League? Because I know the important goals he scored for Blackburn. I can tell you those ones. I don't know what he's done for Newcastle for you to come here and do that.
Hey, relax, chill out, man. Relax. Just because he turned you down. Wait, just because he turned you down. Nah.
They are now turning against each
They're all
other.
going against each other. They thought they could come and step to
Just
me.
because he turned
They're all
together.
beefing each other.
Hey.
Trouble in
You know what I'm
paradise,
saying?
man.
Come on, man. Listen, Sir Alan Shearer, let's get it right. Again, scored 200 plus goals, more than Didier Drogba. He wasn't a guy that just scored against Arsenal. The greatest goal scorer of all time. He's better than Didier Drogba, hands down.
I don't really understand like the goals argument, obviously, especially with Drogba, considering that he
Goals,
played in a
you don't
defensive.
goals
No, but
exactly.
hear what I'm
That's
saying.
what a
here.
striker does.
Okay, he played in a very defensive system where Drogba's role was very much as well facilitating for the likes of Frank Lampard and etc.
Drogba doesn't
He was
back the
very
back.
creative. He used to win his duels and he used to hold up play, link up well with Drogba. I think they had up until recently with Kane and Son, they had the record for most combined goals for each other. So when you talk about an era where they were winning 1-0 and closing the shop, and he managed to get that many goals, especially considering his best ever season for us, he got 29 goals, 10 assists in the 09-10 season, when the first time he had an attacking manager in Carlo Ancelotti, and he had malaria that year and went to AFCON. So I don't know why the likes of Shearer and all of these people are being brought up to Drogba. I find it rude. The only person that would entertain a conversation with is Thierry Henry, if I'm being honest.
He's clutching at straws.
Well, that is 3 red cards, and Alan Shearer and yourself are gone.
Prime Drogba, who is that? I know. Has he reached 30 goals? Or did he crack 30 goals in the Prem once? Did he ever get?
No, he got 29. He got 29
That's nice.
in 32 games
Did he
and
ever
10
get?
assists.
Cool. Did he ever get back-to-back seasons like over 15 Premier League goals? Because I know he like high and low and high and low. In the striker, I like consistently. I like a level of turning up every day, every game, season after season. So if you want to talk about Luis Suarez, but maybe he doesn't have the longevity, he's not been in the Prem long enough, he didn't get a Premier League. I can understand that. But for peak, he was getting best player in the world arguments, and we saw what he did years after. So for me, I think Suarez at his powers better than Drogba. Then when we talk about a person, you talk about how Drogba accommodated for Lampard and brought people into that. With the most selfless, best Brazilian striker in Premier League history in Bobby Firmino, the way he played, the way he set up with Mane and Salah.
I'm gonna be honest, that's 3 red cards. Firmino,
No, you got
Suarez, you went for Firmino.
Do you know what it is, yeah?
Firmino's a great
Suarez.
player. That is 3 red cards, and you, my friend, are gone. That was a good one. There you go.
Michael Owen won a Ballon d'Or, like.
There's no way Didier Drogba in his prime or whatever season you want to get is better than any version of Thierry Henry. If we go prime for prime, you said he got 29 goals, right, and 10 assists? Thierry Henry at that time had the record for the most goals and most assists. Thierry Henry at his prime should have won a Ballon d'Or. Didier Drogba at his prime hasn't even been top 3 for Ballon d'Or.
So, you know, when we talk about the strikers in the world, you look at the likes of Puyol, Piqué, Maldini, they talk about the best attackers that they've come against, and they mentioned Drogba being the hardest they've ever faced. He was causing havoc in Europe, obviously stuff that you wouldn't really know about, I understand. So
Thierry Henry did play in the Champions League. Thierry Henry has a Champions League.
Thierry Henry
Come on,
is like
bro.
the Kevin Durant of football. He went and joined the team that beat him in the Champions League final, and then went to go join them and be the first string behind Eto'o and Messi to win the Champions League. Drogba done it himself. Drogba done it himself at 34 years old.
Man, we need to start working together.
No, you got a crazy.
Would prime Didier Drogba start for every Premier League team? Let us know in the comments. Drop a like and subscribe to Go FanZone.
Chelsea's trophy record in the 21st century is the best in England.
That's crazy for you to say, considering who you're standing across right now. A fan of Manchester United Football Club who won 3 Premier League titles in a row. Won the Champions League against your club, by the way. Beating you in the Community Shield final as well. Won multiple FA Cups. Won Europa League. Won Carabao Cups. Won Carling Cups before it was even called Carabao Cup. What have you got over us right now that is more than us? Tell me trophies.
I find it really sad, yeah, like you guys are really stuck in an echo chamber of the past. You just mentioned the Carling Cup and the Community Shield to me. The fact you can't even rise Carabao Cups. You want to say what we have done recently? We're champions of the world. Are you looking at this badge? Can you say that? What have you really done? But after 2013,
I can actually say that because we have won the Club World Cup.
No,
in
you won the
2008.
Intercontinental Cup.
We won it in
It's two different
2008.
things.
We had the golden badge on our shoulder as well. After what? After we beat you guys in the Champions League as well. The question is 21st century, okay? Remember 2003, we won the league title then. 2000, we won the league title then. 2006, 7, 8. Listen, I can continue going. 10, 11, 12, 13. Listen, we can keep going. Europa League, Champions League.
Keep going.
What do you have that's more than us right now? Tell me
You said
how your
2013
trophies...
and didn't keep going.
Tell me how your trophies are more important than ours right now.
Like, this is the thing. I can go to the 2000s and I can go to the 10s and I can go to the 20s. I can rise you the Premier League trophies we won in 2005, 2006, 2010. I can talk about Champions League we won in 2012, league titles in 2017, Champions League in 2021. You keep referencing the 2000s and it's sad. Like, you're rising trophies when Sean Paul was getting number ones. This is madness, bro.
Hey, bro, let me say this. Alright, since the 2000s, Chelsea has won 21 trophies. Manchester United have won 18.
And we've won it all. They invented new competitions and we went and won them. So, like, this is the thing. You can't even make an excuse of being bad, because even when we were bad, we went to the Conference League and we won those
That
trophies.
is 4 red cards. And my friend, you are off. KM is now on. Play on.
City have been dominant the last decade. They've won the treble, Premier League titles. They've got their Champions League now. So when you talk about that, you have to put respect on their name. And then when you speak about Liverpool as well, we were doing it in the 2000s. We have the most iconic Champions League to date. We went back-to-back years, going back to the finals within 2 years. And then obviously your Carabaos, your Carlins, cool, we can handle that as well. But don't forget these last few years, since you lost your Premier League, we've won 2 since then. We've also won a Champions League in that time. So again, kudos to you. You lot do it on the big stage, but let's not act like you blow everyone out of the wall and out of the park. We're right there with you.
Well, I give respect to City. I think City have applied pressure. They're like our little bros, you know, all you babies. But at the end of the day, we did beat them in that Champions League final. And speaking of Champions League finals, in the 21st century, you guys have lost more Champions League finals than you've won. You know, we both have the same amount of Champions Leagues. We've got more league titles. You've got, 2 league titles in, 28 years? We surpassed Liverpool in the 21st century a long time ago. I think you guys are playing catch up.
Yeah, we're playing catch up a little bit, but you got to talk about the dominant type of teams you face. Let's not forget, we never lost an all-English tie in the Champions League finals. We know how you man lost with Terry, unfortunately, slipping. So let's not act like we're little boys here. We're not little boys here. I know we're talking about the 21st century and the record and Premier League, and we're speaking it with just that. But European trophies, all that, Champions Leagues in total, we got more. We're not the little boys here. There's a lot of other little boys here, but me and you aren't little boys. So playing catch up, you ain't won a we ain't won a Premier League. You ain't won a Premier League in 7-8 years. And we
that is 4 red cards. I think they might have put it down because of the last comment he said. Does Chelsea have the best trophies in the 21st century? Let us know in the comments. This has been Go FanZone.
Wait, hold on. I've got one more topic I want to bring to the table. I'm seeing a Liverpool kit here. I have to do it. And a United fan. I've got Frank Lampard as the best English midfielder in Premier League history. Facts.
Boys, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, we have to do this.
All right, next round.
Frank Lampard is the best English midfielder in Premier League history.
goals, assists, take that. But I know you don't respect goals and assists because of the Salah Hazard debate, so it's great that we're talking about Lampard, Gerrard. So goals, assists, I give you that, even though he played 100 more Premier League games than Gerrard. There's a reason you talk about captains and fantastic, and we talk about the people and the most iconic moments. Lampard's won more trophies than Gerrard, great. But let's keep it real. Gerrard in that Chelsea team don't skip a beat. If anything, he takes them up a notch. They don't skip a beat. You put Lampard in that Liverpool team, you ain't hearing about Liverpool. He ain't doing the 2 goals against West Ham in the FA Cup final. We know for sure he ain't rising it against AC Milan in the Champions League final. He is not doing anything. Steven Gerrard is the most complete midfielder in Premier League history. Even English as well. There's no debate. There's no comparison. We've seen them at England. Respectfully, it didn't work when they were both together. I think maybe Gerrard and Scholes would have worked better personally. Lampard should have hold bench.
Okay, so
ball striking, crossing, assist, tracking back, multiple positions, tackling. He does everything. There's nothing Lampard does better than Stevie G. Gerrard's the best English midfielder.
That argument
ever.
was so flawed. Let's just get it started. Firstly, you mentioned that he wouldn't show up in Champions League finals. Lampard scored in the Champions League final against Man United and equalised at that.
Did you win that one?
No, we didn't, unfortunately. He scored his penalty. He did what he had to do. In that season, he actually was UEFA Midfielder of the Year, 2008. When I look back at Frank Lampard of England, Euro 2004, he got a goal against France. What happened? Gerrard let him down by passing the ball back and leading to a penalty. He was in the team of the tournament. He got the equaliser against Portugal that forced penalty shootouts. So I've seen Lampard show up for us time and time again. You also referenced the season with Sturridge and Suarez and what he was doing, but you failed to mention how that season ended. Is there a particular reason, or did I slip up there? I'm not really sure.
That is 4 red cards, and KM has slipped up and he has been sent off.
Paul Scholes ran the whole show by himself in midfield. This guy retired, saw the level of midfielders in the league, said, you know what, I've got to come back and show these lot how it's done again. Your favourite player's favourite player is Paul Scholes. Ask Thierry Henry who the best English midfielder of all time is. Pep Guardiola died to have, in the era where he had Xavi and Iniesta, wanted Paul Scholes in his midfield. And you're forgetting as well, he done it in the 90s, he done it in the 2000s, and won a league for us in 2013 on his last legs. So tell me what Frank Lampard has over Paul Scholes.
Well, for starters, I think Frank Lampard was the best player in that team, that Chelsea team. Scholes has never been the best player in his team. You think of the winning teams that he had, Cristiano Ronaldo, the likes of Wayne Rooney, who was rising to the table. Scholes has never been the best player in his team. Frank Lampard was finishing second in Ballon d'Ors to Ronaldinho in his prime. Every time he came across the likes of Iniesta and Xavi in the Champions League, he outplayed them. He got the equaliser in the new camp in 2006. In 2009, you know, we talk about the Iniesta goal, but that game he got a goal and an assist. In 2012, he tackled Messi for the first goal, and then in the second leg, he tackled Iniesta, put that assist through for Ramirez to send us ahead on aggregate on away goal, should I say, at the new camp.
You want to talk about Iniesta's goal in the semi-final that, by the way, knocked you guys out of the final. Now, when Iniesta came to Old Trafford in 2008 in the Champions League semi-final, can you tell me who scored the winner in that Champions League semi-final? Can you tell me?
Okay, yeah, Scholes.
Paul Scholes. Cool. And who sent us to that final? Paul Scholes. And by the way, the reason why he wasn't the best player in our team, that's a diss to you guys, because we had better players. We had Ballon d'Or winners. No disrespect to you guys. Maybe the caliber wasn't that great, so that's why Frank Lampard looks good as a second striker, not actually as a midfielder. But if you ask a person, what can a midfielder do? Can he control that midfield? What do you want in a midfielder? They want Paul Scholes in that midfield.
You're mentioning that Lampard didn't control the midfield. I disagree with that. But Lampard played in multiple different systems, from the Diamond 4-4-2 under Ancelotti to the 4-3-3 under Mourinho, to even doing the 4-2-3-1 with Andre Villas-Boas and Roberto Di Matteo. The problem is that Lampard is just a victim of his own success. Because of the goals he scores and the amount of chances he's created, people look at him like some sort of poacher or second striker, like you said, but he was an all-round complete midfielder. He had more goals in the Premier League than Thierry Henry, and while doing that, also leading in terms of chance creation. Up until recently, he had more assists than Kevin De Bruyne in the league. And you think about the great Man United teams, I was hearing Roy Keane, I was in guys,
and you were hearing Paul Scholes. Let's not pretend here. Let's not pretend.
All right, boys. Is Frank Lampard the greatest ever English midfielder? This has been Goal Fan Zone. 1 Chelsea fan versus 5 Premier League fans. Let us know who won.